Hello and welcome back to the channel. I've seen a lot of reactionary takes after that match, and don't get me wrong, it's a disappointing defeat, and our playoff dream has probably come to an end. But I just think yesterday it was a case of Watford getting beat by a better side. I think we forget sometimes that Ipswich Town are a recently relegated Premier League team. Their squad is valued north of £100 million. And whilst that doesn't excuse the Watford performance, sometimes in football, if a team has better players, 9 times out of 10, they're probably going to beat you. Now, look, we weren't helped by, for me, two key moments yesterday. The first was the wrongly awarded free kick that led to their goal. I've watched the replay about 20 times now, probably, and it's clear to me and probably many of you watching at home that Matty Pollock gets a clean contact on the ball, and in no way was that a foul at all on the edge of the box. And of course, as I said, that led to the goal. They take the lead, and from that point onwards, they look pretty dominant, knocking the ball around with relative ease at Vicarage Road. And the second big turning point was actually after Watford went behind by 2 goals to 0. We have the penalty awarded. Tom Ince steps up to take it. I think that's around the 85th minute or so. And of course, if he scores that for the last 10 minutes of the game, Watford can go and chase that equaliser. As soon as that penalty was saved, and it was quite a poor penalty from Tom Ince, no conviction behind it. Gone are the days of Troy Deeney, lumping it down the middle of the goal. A poor penalty from Ince. If he scores that, as I said, we've got the last 10 minutes or so to go for the game. So, to be honest, look, I'm naturally disappointed. I always want Watford to win matches of football, but now we're 6 points behind the playoff positions. If Bristol doesn't go our way on Friday night, that could then become 9 points with 11 or 12 games to go. For me, that isn't salvageable. And looking at the teams who are also chasing that 6th place position, I just don't think we quite have the minerals to do it this season. There was plenty of positives to take from the game, as always. I thought Stephen Infuni was fantastic. Again, Eduardo Bove as well, the first time I've seen him in person, his first appearance at Vicarage Road, and he looked a class above when he came onto the pitch. Really, really impressive stuff from our Italian stallion. But that's about it, really. I haven't really got too much else to say. Just naturally disappointed. I think it was always going to be a long shot for me to sit here and say that we were still in the playoff race. And look, a miracle could happen. We've got 12 games left. If Watford are to finish in 6th position, let's say, you'd want to be winning probably 7 or 8 of their matches, which is, probably not going to happen if we're being honest here. So, all in all, I'm feeling fine. I'm not necessarily angry. I don't think Ed still set us up particularly well. He admitted himself after the game that in the first half especially we were quite passive, we weren't aggressive enough, and that Ipswich dominated for large spells of that first half. I thought they looked quality there, chasing not only the playoffs but automatic promotion back to the Premier League. So it was an important game for both sides. Ipswich edged it out in the end. And that's it for me. As I said, I haven't got too much to report. It's quite rare of me not to sit here and waffle away too much. We do have issues in attack, though, I will say. We found out after the game via Adam Jury at the Watford Observer that Othmane Mama and Kwadwo Bar are due out for a number of weeks. So if that doesn't suggest our playoff hopes are over, I don't know what does. That's Vata, Mama and Bar all out injured now. Hector Cipriano, it seems, will be out until the end of the season as well. So that just leaves us with Georgie Shatfatatse and Nestri Irankunda as wide options, really, which isn't ideal. And I've got a tweet in front of me here as well, just talking about our attacking players this season. I'll put it on screen so you can read it too. It's from Vic Bates, and he says, For all the talk of the embarrassment of riches in our attacking midfield and wide areas this season, Marma, Vata, Iran Kundabar and Chatfadakse, they have just scored 9 goals between them this season. They can be exciting, sure, but they're not consistent performers. And I think that post is absolutely spot on. I sit here week in, week out, glazing how exciting our attacking players are. And don't get me wrong, they all have bags of potential. But through injury and a lack of end product, they're not actually performing at the standard we need. And I think there are other clubs chasing them player positions that do have more consistent players. So, you know what? For today, I'm just going to leave it there. I think I've summarised my thoughts quite nicely. Let me know your reaction to the game in the comments section down below. Of course, Ed reverted to that back 5. I think he was looking to copy what Wrexham did slightly against Ipswich, of course. And yeah, as we saw on the pitch, it didn't quite go to plan for us yesterday. But Bristol on Friday, if we are to have any chance at all of the player positions, I'm clinging on to the hope. Then of course that has to be 3 points. And for Ed still, his objective now is to hopefully finish the season as strongly as possible. If he wants to keep his job into next year, of course, he has to prove to Gino Pozzo and the Watford hierarchy that he is capable of doing this job. So, yeah, for Ed still, finish as strongly as possible. And also looking further ahead to the summer transfer window. Just make Watford look like an attractive proposition to players we're after in the months ahead. It doesn't look like we'll be going to the Premier League, unfortunately. But the goal is, as I said, get as high as possible, finish strongly, and let's hope next season is the year. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.